Hot off the heels of E3 2021, the Steam Next Fest kicked off into high gear with a week full of game demos for players at home to try for themselves. Hundreds of games were made available, but I wanted to show off just a few that really caught my attention. First up, a racing game, Super Woden GP. This top-down isometric racer is heavily inspired by arcade hits like Neo Drift Out, and brings with it a fresh and modern coat of paint to really make it stand out from other retro-inspired racers. This demo only features one track, but the online time attack leaderboards had me coming back to this one constantly, trying to compete for the best time. A great handling model and clean visuals make this a racer to really keep an eye on. Next up is Templar, a retro-inspired first-person shooter with an emphasis on fast action and some intense gunplay. There hasn't been a shortage of shooters going for this type of aesthetic recently, so Templar attempts to stand on its own with its fast, twitchy gunplay, but it also has its drawbacks. There's still some work to be done on gameplay balance. It wants you to be bouncing around, nailing headshots and whatnot, but constantly having to reload and dealing with limited ammo really put a damper on the pacing of combat. My opinion to the dev, drop the reloading. Swiping weapons in fights is fun, and focusing solely on ammo count can really make a big difference here in combat. Lastly, we have Arcade Legends, a management simulation that has you owning and operating your very own video arcade. There are other games that have done this too, but Arcade Legends is built from the ground up for virtual reality, which is super cool. The demo was very limited, giving you only a brief introduction on the management side of things, but where this game really shines is giving players access to full-blown recreations of real arcade games in VR. The controls are a bit finicky and the movement options are limited, but there's a solid foundation here, and I'm really excited to see where this one goes. While the Steam Next Fest has already come and gone, Valve seems committed to doing more demo events like these for players in the future. For Gaming Trends, I'm David Lewis.